Alright, guys. So I'm back to KSP again. Um, I was sick last week, so there's going to be a bit of a gap between my videos, the posting dates. I'm not completely better this week. You may be able to hear it in my voice. But I did have time to contemplate the full ramifications of what it is that I want to do with this. Because, as we know, this is broken. So, I'm thinking, and it's, just a thought right now. So let me see if I can do EVA bill. Right. Now, what I'm thinking is that we'll leave on there because that's the antenna. It does work. Oh, that is so awesome. Okay, so the Kerbal attachment system is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pull all the science stuff off of this, with the exception of the science stuff, which actually, you know what, I might not pull it all off. Because it could be useful for doing experiments and stuff like that here in space. And then what I will do is I will build another craft that will attach to the bottom of this. And basically, I'm just going to use this entire section then as a sort of transport for the lab section. Since I can't get it to detach, might as well, right? How is everything on fuel? Very bad. All this stuff should be fine, but I think the lab section is the only thing that's empty. Okay, so yeah, those sections are a little bit dry as well. And so long as I don't go and detach and try to undock, it should be alright. Should have the fuel crossfeed. The fuel crossfeed should be fine. Even if it's broken, I think. I could be wrong about that, but we'll find that out later. So, what we're going to do is we're going to build a new rocket. But the thing is, I need to see if I have something real quick. So the last time I went faffing around with planes, I promise I won't do that again this time. I need to see if I have a specific set of wings. Okay, I don't. So I won't go faffing around with the planes again until... Let me give you guys an accurate time frame here of what I'm looking for. High altitude flight, no. Does not appear as if what I'm looking for is in even remotely any good spot. So it'll be a while. Alright. Again, I apologize for the black bars on the side. I'm playing this in Windows mode because for some reason full screen mode is continuing to decide to crash on me. I don't know why, and I really hate it. So let's see here. We want to build... this thing's job is going to be predominantly to come back. I see, the thing is, I don't know if... So no, we'll put the lab on the bottom, in the middle section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut up from your perspective and time accelerate through the building of this. So that way you guys don't have to sit here and listen to me talk this entire time. Not to mention, I'm sick, so... yeah. Alright. So that's pretty much that. As you can see, it basically looks like the exact same craft again, only with a few extra science bits attached to it. Now, I know purists will whine and complain that this ship is impossibly unsymmetric. But I did that on purpose because I need this stuff near the ladder, so that way all I have to do is get him onto the ladder in order to take the science from it. Right. So, we should be ready to go, I think. Aha! We are not ready to go. Well, shoot. Okay, so I need to make that a little bit longer, don't I? Yes, I do. In order for that to work. Okay. Which is good news, because of course that means adding more fuel. Because of course the answer to everything is always more fuel. So we'll move the engines up here. So I want the engines as far forward as possible. Everything else is basically fine. Yeah. There we go. And I did that because I need to add bubbles to the outside of these. So I have RCS to use, even though it's not going to be a lot. Luck, I won't need a lot. Unfortunately, the phrase "with luck" has always been my Achilles heel. those shouldn't blow those landing gears off and break them. Which means they will most likely blow the landing gears off and break them. If I didn't have 4x symmetry on, I would not have noticed that. 10. I really should put some batteries on this thing, shouldn't I? Actually, you know what? I've got plenty of space on this side. And 2 extra fuel lines for some reason. Because I forgot to take them off, that's why. Because, of course, 4 battery packs equal the weight of everything else on this side, in my mind. Actually, would do these way. 0.005. And the goo container weighs 0.15. So actually, the 4 battery packs weigh more. Granted, they're scattered terribly, but I'm not liking that. There we go. Better. Much better. So, okay. So we need to set this up. Because for some reason, you decided to do that. That detaches. Final stage there, so all the staging should be correct because of course I preset that sub-assembly up already. Okay, so we're good. Oops, oh wait, this is, there we go. Alright, you guys are going to notice a bit of a cut there. That's because I had to return from the flight simulator because I forgot to put Roland struts. I was wondering why this thing was wobbling around like, well, crazy. Okay. Hey. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hang on. 2 struts will be more than sufficient, I assure you. Actually, 3 struts wouldn't be bad either. I know I said 2 struts would be more than sufficient, but we'll go with 3. Alright. I'll try and cut that in before the last launch so that way you guys don't have to go sit there and sit through that whole launch all over again. Stability control on, throttle on. Boom. There. That's much better. Computer likes instructs. Alright guys, you've seen one launch, you've seen 1,000 of them. I will either A, cut to when I'm preparing to dock with the station, or just time accelerate through this. Most likely I'll just cut to it because if I don't, I'll have to do narrative. Alright guys. Okay. So, you guys are going to notice a few small differences here. The fact that the ship's no longer attached to the rocket, and yeah, basically what happened was I ran out of monopropellant. It's exactly what happened, or I was running out of monopropellant. So I detached the ship, attached it to the station, grabbed the station's tug, and as you can see, the station tug is now attached to the front of the rocket. So we'll dock this to the station, transfer the fuel, then I'm actually going to take a little bit of a break. because of course I've been playing for an hour and a half, although you guys have only been watching for like maybe 10 minutes, which would be nice to actually have a fairly short thing, but that's a lot of cutting and editing and all that stuff, which I gotta find another editing program. I've reached the limits of what Windows Media Player is capable of, or Windows Movie Maker is capable of doing. Man, those aren't on there straight either, are there? No, actually, they're pretty doggone close, aren't they? Yeah, they're pretty close. Okay, well, that's fine then. So yeah, basically what it was, I just needed more monopropellant in order to perform the delicate balancing act that is space docking. Good. Because I'm trying to get that velocity vector right there, which is really hard to do in something this size. Oh, man. But fortunately, I now have a lot of monopropellant, so it's okay. So yeah, I'll do a little bit of cutting and editing so that way it's not as long for you guys as it was for me. Not that I've been recording this entire time. I actually stopped recording just so that way I wouldn't have to worry about splicing through a whole bunch of footage. Because apparently I'm terrible at it. I really should find an editor. Unfortunately, the problem with finding an editor is I had to find somebody who's willing to work for free. Yes, that poses an incredibly large amount of problems. So, in fact, I might just make this a short video just to show you guys that, kind of show you guys what I'm doing, which I just realized while I was doing all the docking that was a very, it's not the greatest design of a rocket ever, if I'm honest. I know, I'm fairly bad at shipbuilding. Keep that vector pointed that way, sir. Thank you very much. And that's the other thing I wonder too, is if docking stuff with the station is throwing the station off its orbit any. Is it just me, or does that thing look like it's wobbling? I really, really hope it's just me. That definitely looks like it's wobbling. Not a lot, but definitely wobbling. Okay. Still not close enough to target specific spots yet. I should be getting there. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Set that as our target. Now, I need to do several things. First of which is putting myself in a suitable enough position So I know you guys like watching the incredibly tense moments that come with docking two massive objects together. Or, well, one massive object and one insanely massive object together. You'll also notice where I put the ship. I just, like, docked it onto the side. I was like, where is the nearest docking port? I don't care. But it needs to be refueled with monopropellant. I'm gonna have to put some monopropellant in these tanks, just so that way I can get this thing away from the station before deorbiting it. It won't take a lot to deorbit it, so I might just leave it with like 100 units of fuel or something like that. Because it really won't take a lot at all. Okay, so far so good. And I do literally mean that, okay? Because what you guys are probably seeing right now is the fact that the ship is trying to turn. I want it to do that. Because what it's doing is it's telling me what direction I need to go in order to make the ship, excuse me, line up with the docking port. Next thing I need to do is bleed off all, at least nearly all, non-forward speed. I say nearly all because I need the ship to do is I need the ship to turn itself, which is what it's doing. But I also need it to continue moving towards the Targito. Pretty much all over the place at this point. Now, yes, this makes doing maneuvers very difficult, but it also makes it very, very easy. Because what I can do is shove downward far enough that this thing's got room to rotate. And as I pass underneath the station, eventually the ship will pretty much be pointing directly at the station. And then I just tell my brain that I'm looking at it sideways. Even though my brain is trying to scream, is currently screaming at me that I'm looking at this thing upside down. But you see what it's doing, right? So because I have that targeted and it's currently being controlled from up here, it's trying to turn the ship towards it. And as it tries to turn the ship towards it, it's telling me what direction I need to move the ship. See how that works? Okay, now. Go. Okay. Now, here comes the fun part. Control from there. What should happen is as soon as the computer gets its brain together, it should try and turn it towards it, but it's not doing that. So screw it. Focus on stability. Okay. I'm going to say something that's completely wrong here, okay? But it's going to make a lot of sense to a lot of people. So, because the station weighs more than the rocket is going to be the thing that turns. So, let's shut the stability control off. Because it's trying to dock right now. Just can't quite get it. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to rotate this thing so that it can dock. By gently butting the bottom into a much more suitable position. There we go. They're still trying to attach. Man, I wish I could fire an individual set of thrusters here. So we'll disable that. Disable that. Disable that. Disable that. And now when we try and push this thing, the bottom should want to move more. Say the top or sides. There it goes. Alright. Ooh, sorry about that. Oh, that took forever. Okay. So, let's begin the long, arduous process of transferring fuel all over the place. So, that one, and that one. And then we'll just do out and out. And let this fill those up. It's not going to fill them all the way up, unfortunately. It shouldn't, because, well, it might. Because that's 800. So that'll be 16. And there was, I don't remember how much there was left on there. So I'm not even going to fake like I'm going to try and guess. I really need to send a proper refueling mission up to this thing. Yeah, it's not going to fill them all the way up, but even that bit of fuel will be more than enough for these things to get anywhere they need to go. However, that's not all the fuel I brought with me. Oh, no. That section is out of fuel. No, 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 no. God damn it. This is why you shut down the damn engines. That is bad, 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 bad. No. Shut down engine. Thank you. The station has a lot of monopropellant, but even that's not going to be enough. Oh, man. I can't believe that just happened. Yes, I can. So, that's right. We're going to transfer from here into these tanks here. There we go. Because, of course, it doesn't need a lot to finish filling them up. And there's still going to be plenty of fuel left in that section. Don't need any fuel from there. Don't need any fuel there. That's a docking clamp. Don't need any fuel there. So pretty much everything is full of fuel. With, of course, the exception of these two. There we go. So we'll fill that up. That's still a lot of fuel left, I know. And my little problem seems to have fixed itself, so... We're still wasting monopropellant like you wouldn't believe, but it's not nearly as bad as it was a second ago. Oh, so that we can face north. See, I'm thinking I might just make this a short mission. Just kind of show off. You can show you guys that... No, I have not abandoned the game. Yes, I am planning on doing something with the game. And there's still more to come. So... do like a short snippet. Show you guys the fuel transfers and the docking and... or what of the docking I got. And all that. So... let this finish up and then I'm going to call it a day. Because I've got so much other stuff to do today. Okay. That's weird. So, alright guys. We're going to call it quits there.